Hello and welcome to Too Faded to Play, the podcast where we drink a lot of alcohol and talk about video games. I am Eggs, one of your hosts, and I'm here with my buddy LSD.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
And for the first time on this podcast, we actually have a special guest.
Yes, we got a guest.
KingBunz.
The bunziest of them all, I guess.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. I told you a little bit about it before, and I had you kind of think about it. The question we're going to ask, your favorite game console, and 3 favorite games if you can think of those.
Yeah, so we're jumping right into it.
Well, hold on.
Do we want to get into drinks first, or do we want to?
We get there, but hold on for a minute. Like, cause Bunz is the younger person in the room. What console did you start off with?
So, most of my earliest console memories are gonna be PS2 and Xbox. All my brothers played Xbox. It was right when, by the time I was getting into it, it was right when like Halo 2 was big.
Okay.
So I vividly remember a lot of LAN parties with Xboxes strung across the house with Halo 2.
Okay.
And I still hear the screams of Screen Looker a lot for when we were doing LAN competitive nights and somebody got mad that they thought people were screen looking.
I actually have a story about that.
Oh, yeah.
So, this is probably around this Xbox, the original.
Well, if we're going to go on for a long time, let's get into the drinks.
Okay.
If we're going to sit around.
All right.
Yeah.
So, today we drinking on some Pina Colada Sour Ale from Columbia Craft. Check it out. Now, Columbia Craft, they're based out where we live, Columbia, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just going to check them out, see what they're going for.
I don't know if I've ever had a pina colada ale.
Definitely not what I thought it was going to taste like.
It tastes more like beer than I thought it would, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
It tastes mostly like beer, and I really love that. But it has the hint.
There's like a hint of something sweet in the background.
I have no idea what that hint is, but it's definitely not coconut.
It's not coconut. It could be the pineapple, because there's a big pineapple on the can.
It's slightly fruity, acidic-y kind of. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm going to be honest. Like, I was kind of scared of it because I really hate coconut.
Mm-hmm.
But this tastes nothing like coconut at all. I actually really enjoy it.
Yeah, I know we talked about that a little bit when we were getting these because we bought them, and you looked at them and you're like, I hate coconut.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this isn't bad.
Yeah, it's actually really good. Huh. Okay. Shout out to Columbia Craft.
Cheers.
We got another one from Columbia Craft. Well, we're going to crack that open like probably midway through.
Yeah, a little bit later in.
Tropical notes of fresh pineapple and coconut meat. So
Coconut meat. I hate that term.
It is an interesting word.
yeah, man, it's actually pretty good. It's cool can.
Does it taste like vacation in a can?
That's what it says too on the back.
I mean, I could see myself sitting out on a beach drinking this.
It's 5 points. So I mean,
Yeah,
5%.
not bad.
Oh, yeah, that ain't bad.
I know when we were there picking this up, we also tried that, what was it? Hiking
Viking.
Viking. That one was really good. I really liked that
Norwegian
one.
style IPA.
Yeah. That was good.
I really liked that
I
one.
had a nice buzz when we left up out of there. I was like, oh, okay.
It's because we hadn't eaten anything that
That's because you
day.
were hiking the Viking.
Oh, we need those for our horns.
Oh yeah, that'd be good for the
That'd
horns.
be cool. Yeah, shout out to Columbia Craft. Oh, I also got 2 more shout outs. We lost a friend, Pretty Tony. Pretty Tony done went to glory. He was pretty dog. Got 11 years. I remember when my brother got him. He was just a little white snowball. Mm-hmm. Pretty little dog, man. Well, shout out to Pretty Tony. We gonna miss you, man. Also, my brother has a foundation. It's called No More Fronts. It's a brand about not giving up, working hard. In other words, no more lying, no more excuses, and no more upfront money. Oh, also you can follow his page on Instagram. It's called No More Fronts. He also has a merch line too, so you can also go check it out.
Okay.
Shout out to No More Fronts. Is my brother. All right, yeah. So back to the LAN party story. We had this Xbox One. Is probably I think the first Halo. We was sitting on my front porch, and we put 2 big screen TVs that I had in the house, and we brought them out on the front porch, and we just sitting there playing Xbox on 2 giant big screen TVs on the front porch till like 3 a.m, dude. And we sitting out there. My one homeboy, he called himself AIDS. That was his screen name, AIDS, because he couldn't be killed. But that was my story, man. It was hilarious because we really had these big 50-inch screen TVs on the porch, not flat screens, the big giant joints. Yeah. So,
favorite console. 3 favorite games, if you got those all picked out.
I'm going to start with the console because I think it brings up an interesting conversation. Or I was thinking of some stuff. So I think my favorite console is probably the PlayStation 2.
Okay. Good choice.
Yeah.
And, not mad at that.
And like, I think my reasons for choosing it is like, one, I have a lot of valuable memories with the PS2. And so I think without including backwards compatibility, it has the largest game library of like a little 4,200 games or something.
It's a crazy amount of games.
Is that many?
It's a crazy amount.
Oh, wow.
I think the largest with backwards compatibility is PS3. No, PlayStation 4. Is it?
No, PS3 potentially. But it would be the first like early model of the PS3 when it could play PS2, PS1, and PS3.
That has to be it because at that point you're at a large amount of titles. I think it's like 8,000. And the other thing is that I think that the PlayStation 2 was honestly like, in my opinion, as somebody looking back at this now, I truly think it was like the peak of gaming. I think like it had the most balance. I personally loved when I think the software was constrained, the performance of the system was constrained. It forced them to do some like very unique ideas of like how we can emulate certain styles of gameplay behavior, how we could like, to put simply, I don't see myself needing a console with more performance than the PS2 gave. Like, I feel like all the games I played of PS2 were like capable enough. And I think if you would increase memory and storage, that you would be intrigued because you would have larger maps. Like you could have the modern amenities. Like I would just be intrigued if like the PlayStation scaled with the same processor and graphics performance, but memory increased. Like in all aspects of games, memory was now what we consider modern day. So you could have massive maps and faster loading memory, so everything loads from memory and disk or from card faster. I'm curious what that would look like and like what could be done, because truly I feel like most modern performance goes a lot towards crazy fancy graphics, other stuff, and there hasn't been any major gameplay introductions since the PS2 that I consider like amazing enough for me to like. I'm saying I think I could go back to PS2 if we capped it there, and I would be pretty content.
Hey man, this pina colada got me feeling a little busted right now.
Already?
Hey, I'm shooting it kind of fast though. It's almost empty.
No, I agree with you. I mean, PS2 is my favorite system, and if you've watched this podcast, you also know PS2 is my favorite system.
Yeah, facts.
And it's definitely I agree with you in the sense that we haven't had anything really big in terms of steps and changes. Like from the 2D to 3D, stuff. We haven't had anything big like that. The graphics have gotten better, games load faster, but it doesn't change the game. I think VR is the only thing that's really been a change, and that's a whole different thing. That's not sit down and play a game. That's stand up, run around.
And also about the PS2, man, the PS2 was a pretty system. Like, just the nice lines in it, the purple in it. Like most of the systems, they just kind of like just bland, and like that Xbox, it's just a fucking black square.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
the last few Xboxes have just been
just
like
a
that,
black
yeah.
square. It's like, the overall design of the PlayStation 2 looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And as much as I hate like the PS2 Slim,
Yeah.
because it scratches discs, I like the look of it. It looks good. They took the design of the PS2 and they shrunk it all down and made it still look like a PS2,
Right.
in a mini size.
It truly is slim. Like, it's a slim console. Like, it's a very like.
I feel like I could put it in my pocket.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, so for like those
Well,
reasons,
if you got some Jinko pants, you could.
like, so for those reasons, like, to me, I feel like the PS2 at my point of life was like the pinnacle of gaming. Like, even now, like, I just don't feel like anything else has really introduced anything major that like wasn't available in that generation of PS2. And then you add all the massive amounts of different games you can play on the PS2. I mean, you have all the title games that are from movies, and then you have all the, I mean, every genre is there.
Yeah.
And more.
Yeah,
and
facts.
they just run. Like, one of the nicest things that I think about console is there is no thinking, will my machine run this? Like on computer, right? Like, well, what graphics can I run it on? What settings do I need? Like, you just turn it on and go, and the PlayStation can do that for 4,200 plus games. Like, that is an amazing feeling to just not have to worry about it. You can play any genre. You don't worry about, can my machine run this? Can it do that? And like, it worked.
Yeah, and that's why I still, like, I've got a PC. I play games on the PC all the time, but that's why I still do consoles. I have modern consoles even now. One, because I collect them, watch the collection videos. Those are out. They're on YouTube. We'll go ahead and watch those. But it's also just nice to sit down, put a game on, and play it.
Right.
There's no fighting with, resolution. Like, I had an issue where my computer monitor updated, and it turned on like some kind of timing thing, so my screen was just flashing like crazy because the frame rate on my monitor was like off. Like, and then it was like, I sat there for 4 hours trying to figure that out. I went to go play a game, and I sat there for 4 hours trying to figure out why my computer screen was trying to give me an aneurysm. Like,
it's just the deal with it now.
yeah, like,
It's just like how it rolls, how the cookie crumbles.
So we got the PlayStation 2 out. So what's your next console that you like?
with the games.
The games or the console? We can go on either.
If you want to do more than one console, the prompt is one console, but if you have
one
more,
console. Yeah. So games.
We'll do the games. All right. This one's tough because there's a lot of criteria I can rate games on.
He sound like us.
Yeah, this one's definitely like really tough. So I just went to my instincts of like what games come to my mind the fastest when I think of this question.
Yeah.
And like I did a quick evaluation of like, okay, playtime, memories, like a lot of that style stuff. And
Did that dog just drop a fart?
yeah, she did.
That dog just farted.
Sienna.
Man, I hope the mic pick that up. I hope the mic pick that up.
I hope it did. I don't know if it did though, because these mics are pretty not great at fart.
Oh my god, that's great.
I hope I can edit that.
Quiet.
I hope I can edit that right to just show all three of our heads turn to look at the dog at the same time. Sorry.
All right, go ahead, man. Go ahead. Oh, that was so
All right,
good.
so first game up. This is going to be the most basic answer of all time, and I don't know if anybody can out basic this answer, but it's going to be Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Oh god.
Just because there's a couple reasons I chose this one. One, I mean, I started playing when Classic was out in like 2009, 2010, before like a lot of the stuff, and I just enjoyed the sandbox style because I enjoy sandbox games. So like I was also playing Gary's Mod at that time, so I just enjoy sandboxy style games that allow you to kind of do whatever you want.
All right.
And so Minecraft came out, and you could do whatever. So I instantly fell in love with that, the building. But then Minecraft was my first introduction and primary reason I got into programming, which is, as you might know, it's what I do today now. On my daily job involves a lot of programming. So I quickly fell in love with the idea that like I could make my own things in this game, and I could make like plugins and stuff. And so like it kind of made me fall in love with programming. So that's like a big reason. And so I think that, and I just played a lot of it. I have a lot of memories of it. And so because of that, it's definitely up there on my top list.
Okay. I think it's a fair choice. I mean, I've played a lot of Minecraft. I played it pretty early on too, before it was like fully released. But you got into it before I did, but not like too far before. Because I think I was like end of 2010 is when I got into Minecraft, or sometime in 2010, sometime around there. So you probably started about a year before me.
Never played Minecraft.
It's a lot of fun if you got imagination.
Nah.
Nah.
No, I mean, I seen my kids played it, and I watched my daughter. She built, she made like a stadium one time. Like she was really into it. My other son, he was into it for a while too. He would make Tony Stark's mansion.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah, he did that. And he used to always build like houses. That was his thing on Minecraft. So, but I never really played it.
Yeah. No, it's a fun game where you can just kind of do whatever you feel like. It's a lot of fun too with friends.
Craft beer.
All right, second game.
Second game. This is going to be the most hated choice probably, but I'm going to have to say it because I just wasted specifically 393 days of in-game, like of real time in it, and it's going to be World of Warcraft. Tyler was expecting that answer. I was a World of Warcraft heroin addict for probably 10 years. It was probably the first major game I dumped time into. I mean, I would get home from school and dump a lot of time into it for periods of my life.
Never played that either.
It's a huge waste of time. I mean, that's just about like all I can say. Is it rewarding? Yeah. Does it get old? Yeah. Is it something that's like always there, like a toxic relationship? Also, yeah. Facts. I mean, like it's always there. It was comforting, and it's a easy play, and it's grind central. And I mean, so I definitely spent a lot of time on that game, and so yeah, that's gonna be the two most hated choices, I would say.
Well, his World of Warcraft is my GTA. I spent hours on GTA 5 just
GTA
grinding
5.
out.
Like RP or just any of it?
Just online.
Online.
Just regular online.
Just online. Just grinding out, like running glitches. Man, I think at one point I had like $1 billion. Just grinding constantly.
I definitely remember, I forget the name of the achievement. I definitely remember spending 2 days like grinding with me and my brother and a couple of our buddies trying to get the like hardest difficulty, all of the heists, and you can't die during any of them.
We did that.
That we spent 2 days on it, and I think we finally got it. And oh my goodness, that was truly a feat. Yeah. Like it felt good.
Yeah, me and my homeboys, we did it. We all play together. We've been playing the heist, all the time. It was the Pacific Standard heist. Man, like we sat there and we dedicated. We got it in a day. We got it in a day.
Yeah,
and. Like, once somebody died, we just started all over.
Yeah, I mean, you have to.
Yeah. Like, it was no point, but, like, I'm talking about we was on point. Like, take your time, put your vest on, make sure you got some snacks. Like, yeah, we did it, man. When we got it, man, I think we all bought yachts with it.
Yeah.
We all bought yachts. Like, that was a fun time in GTA for us. But you only do it once.
The only one, like, I guess memory I have with GTA 5 is when GTA 5 Online came out. Because it came out after the actual game came out. A buddy of mine came over, and he came to my house, and we drug all the TVs to the living room, and we had our PlayStation 3s connected up to the two biggest TVs in the house, sitting beside each other playing online. I got to introduce him to what an HDMI cable was.
Oh, wow.
He had never used one.
Oh, he was using the coaxial.
Yeah, because the PS3 originally came with the yellow, white, and red.
Hey, man,
that's what it came with.
This got my toes tingling a little bit.
Yeah, the toes tingling.
Yeah, I don't know if these Jordans I got on my feet or, man, I'm feeling it, though. All right, Columbia Craft, man. Shout out again.
All right, third game.
Third game.
This one's tough because there's like a lot of I think I'm just gonna go with because I didn't want to say another like very generic game because the first two are pretty generic answers. I wanted to like twix it up, so I'm gonna run with Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3.
Okay,
that wasn't a bad game.
Yeah,
I think it was one of my youngest introductions to gaming, and it was like the first one that. I think it was the first game that I played where like the barrier to entry was not super high. Like you could kind of figure out the game relatively simple, just how to skate.
Right.
And then like it progressively allows you to go as far as you want. Like,
yeah.
Did you have the board? The board?
No.
Okay.
No. I just played on controller.
On the controller. Okay. I always wondered like how to play with that board was because I've seen it in the store and I was like, how the fuck you kickflip from
I think was that. No, that wasn't 3. That was like 5.
Yeah, no, 3 was only PS2.
Okay.
Yeah, my buddy had that board, and I think I used it twice. It has a bunch of cameras all in the corners of it, or not cameras, but sensors.
Uh-huh.
So like you'll stand on it and you'll slide your foot to the side of the board, and the sensor reads your foot movement, and that's how you like start moving.
Oh.
And then like you'll lean back on the board and slide your foot up off to the side.
Okay.
And the sensor will read when you slide your foot up there, and that so leaning back tells it to ollie, and then when you slide your foot up, you like kick flip it. It's
I
like,
need to find one of those for my collection.
they're interesting. They're easy to find. Like they're
believe it.
cheap as crap online.
That's what I got an idea for one, so I want to find one.
Alrighty.
All right, so
Got more to say about it?
I mean, it was a good time sink, and like, I think it was the first introduction, like I mentioned, where like games can outpace you. Like, there's always so much to learn. Like, there's always somebody better if you looked online on YouTube. I mean, I remember looking on YouTube like how to hit these crazy combos, and these people were just ridiculous. And like, I mean, it's similar. Like, I think how everybody was amazed when Guitar Hero came out, and like there was these videos on like national news of kids like 100%ing through the fire and flame. Like that is, I think it's just intriguing when you realize how broad the skill level of a game can become.
Yeah. So we got Bunz in the house. Got me on this pina colada. So you know.
Well, do you want to skip the small talk part of it since we've been doing this? We're already 30 minutes in. We can jump right into our list.
Hold on. Before we do that, you know, let's go ahead and pour up our second thing. We got where's that bottle at? Here we go. We got Uncle Nearest 1856. This is a black-owned distillery out of Shelbyville, Tennessee. And was this premium whiskey. This bottle was $60, man.
Oh, where'd you get it at?
At a little liquor store up the block, man. A little fancy one.
Spending too much on this podcast. I know you're taking it home to drink it too, but
No, I'm fine with that, man, you know. But at the same time...
Oh, no, I have to drink it. How dare.
No.
Oh, yeah. But we running a little experiment today. So we're going to try it straight. And then we're also going to try it...
Put it through the Brita.
We're going to filter it?
And we're going to filter it. So we're going to try it. It's a little taste test thing, you know.
Is that supposed to change taste?
I saw it on TikTok, man. It's supposed to change the taste of it. So I want to do a quick little. We ain't gonna pour up.
All right. You might as well pour some in there now, so it starts.
Yeah.
Starts
definitely,
filtering.
Definitely. But
I bet it's gonna make the water taste funny for the next week.
Probably.
that's why I got a new filter. This is a brand new filter.
I thought you were gonna say that's why I'm doing it, so it's mixed in my water.
So the water for the next week's a little funky.
That should be enough.
Yeah, it should be good.
All right, go ahead and pour up with that. And we can go ahead and get into our next topic now.
All right, so we're gonna get into the, as my friends have been calling it, the Cartridge Club, but we need to come up with an actual name for it.
Right. We going into the game that we played?
Yeah, we'll go into it. We played Jet Set Radio, as we said last week, or last episode. Sadly, Bunz here is not going to be able to join in on this chat because he didn't play the game.
Right.
Sounds good.
I ended up playing it on PC because I couldn't be asked to hook my Xbox up, so
Okay.
I ended up playing it on PC. And you were playing Dreamcast, right?
Yeah, I played mine on Dreamcast. Well, yours is named different because you remember I had to call you because I was like, "Are we playing the same game?" Because
Yeah.
mine says Jet Set Radio, and I think yours said Jet Grind.
You said Jet Grind Radio. Mine's Jet Set Radio.
Okay, mine's Jet Grind Radio. Okay,
And I looked that up. That's what it was called in Japan originally.
right.
But once it came over here, they ran into some legal issue and some copyright issue or something. They had to change the name for future releases past that point.
That's smooth.
Yeah, Uncle Ernest knows what's up. Oh, Uncle Nearest.
Uncle Near and Uncle Ernest.
Yeah, no. Hey, there's a couple of letters missing. I might be dyslexic. I don't know.
That's Uncle Nearest, man.
Uncle Nearest.
All right, I like that.
You said up there in Tennessee?
Yeah, Shelbyville.
Nice.
I like that. That's smooth.
A little more than I normally go for. It's not bad.
Not bad, but we gonna try to still. So keep that taste in your brain.
Yeah.
So so what you think about it, man?
It's a game I've played before. So I already went into it knowing I liked it. But I haven't played it probably since it came out. It's
Right.
been a long time since I played it. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people have played the game. It's a very arcadey kind
Yeah,
of game. It's a
very
level,
arcade.
like a section based. You've got a timer.
Yeah.
You've got, as you're going through the level, as you start doing more to it, I guess I could talk about what you actually do in the game.
Right.
So the main premise is you play as a guy on roller skates and you're going around, a guy or girl on roller skates, and you're going around and you're going to you're fighting these gangs of people that are just graffitiing everywhere, and your job is to cover up their graffiti.
Yeah, so basically what it is, you're going against other taggers and other tag crews. So you, in the beginning of the game, you have to get your crew together. So you have to show them that you're worthy, that they join your crew. So, they do something like, hey, follow me. If you can do this, I'll be a part of your crew or whatever. And you just, two? Yeah, you got to recruit two different people.
Yes.
And each person is playable. But each person got different speed.
It's that arcadey aspect. So
Yeah,
people, they graffiti faster, or they roller skate faster, or they've got more health kind of thing.
I got that game originally. It had to be in 99 or 98 when I had a Dreamcast. And that back then, that's when I was really into the graffiti culture. I used to tag. I had this big mural in my room that I had painted, and I was really into the game. I thought it was kind of cool. So back to the game, it felt like it was real cartoony to me. The controlling of it wasn't great. You have to be on point.
It's very floaty.
Yeah.
When you jump, you're in the air, and you've got limited movement and control. And I think because it was a Dreamcast,
Uncle Nearest.
And I think because it was a Dreamcast game, the Dreamcast only has the one analog stick, so there's no there's no good camera control.
Is it me or that dark?
Shit.
What?
You all right?
Ooh.
It's a whole different color coming through that filter.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
It's gonna taste like charcoal.
Oh man. Woo.
You said that's a brand new filter?
Yeah, it's brand new. I just bought it the other day.
Did you put water through it first?
No.
Oh, okay.
You haven't even had to run in.
All right,
Okay.
yeah, so we got that new filter.
That's brand
That
new.
boy fresh out the box.
Fresh out the pack. I just cracked it open.
Oh yeah, it's about to taste like chemicals. I'm ready.
It's supposed to make it smooth though, really smooth. But anyways, another thing about the game that was kind of funny to me, while you're trying to tag, you got the police chasing you. And then you got this guy who looks like Lieutenant Columbo chasing you with this
he's
big
ugly.
giant gun.
He's ugly as shit.
Right. And the ill part was when they run, they like this.
Nah.
Get back here.
Yeah. But what really blew my mind though, you're on skates. And Columbo is right on you.
Yeah. There's no getting away from him
you
easy.
ain't getting away
You
from
got to
him.
do some tricks. You got to get some grind rails. You got to be jumping over stuff.
Right,
You got to.
right. after a while it got fun, but then when I got to like the higher levels and when you got to the point where you had to go up in the air to like climb buildings, I just got annoyed with it. I was like, man, like how do you get all the way up there? You got to find like a rail to grind up and
like I was saying, like I think because it was on Dreamcast, the Dreamcast only had the one analog stick, so the camera control is not that great.
Right.
Even on like PC where I played it, where you could use the second analog stick to control the camera. It's very like you have to do a lot with the face buttons to jump around and spray and do all this stuff. So you never really take your thumb off the face buttons to use the camera. So you get in these situations where it's like, I got to get on that rail that's across this river. That's where I got to land. And I've got a ramp over here. So you jump up in the air and the camera stays directly behind you. And you've got to be like holding the button to try to get as much air time as you can.
Yeah.
But you can't see that rail that's down there because the camera doesn't auto like look down. And you missed it a couple times.
Oh yeah, like I had to realize when you press the jump button, it's not just a quick press. You had to press and hold it to get higher air.
Yeah. So
yeah, that was something interesting. Like I haven't played it in so long that it was just like kind of annoying me because I got spoiled to like newer games, you know, and that. Like one of the trials I was trying to do, I think his name is Tab, the guy with he got like the overalls on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to get him to become part of my crew. So when it was like you had to grind this rail, you had to jump over this electrical box and do like a flip, then hit the next rail. Like it took me 20 tries because I jumped. But he'll just pan this way or pan that way. Like you had to jump it just perfect just to get that next rail. Yeah. Yeah, he was a hard one to get, but I got him.
I do actually like the way they did that though. The unlocking of characters, they kind of force you to go through a tutorial in that way. So it's not like you drop in the game in like a modern game. It just like, here's all the control buttons you have to hit, and here's a 30, 40 minute, you got to do all these things all at once.
Okay, I'll give you that.
They're just like, here's this new character. You gotta copy what they do, and then you unlock them and you can play them. So you get a reward for kind of learning how to play the game.
Yeah, that's true. That was pretty cool. And then also it's kind of like an open world, but it's very small. Like you just got like a small block that you have to tag, and I think it's like a series of probably like maybe 10 tags that you gotta put up over another crew's tag. So
all while running from the police.
And
then eventually the military shows up.
Yeah.
And they start
tagging?
Yeah.
Like SWAT.
They call it
They start throwing tear gas at you.
Awesome.
Like,
they shoot tear gas.
Helicopters end up showing up trying to shoot you down.
Yeah, they in riot gear chasing you.
Just because you got some spray paint.
Just because you got some spray paint
and stuff. Yeah.
But this is Japan, so that, they ain't fucking around.
They ain't fucking around with that spray paint. Hey, get out of here.
Yeah,
what do they call it? Tokyo 2 or Tokyo Toe or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Tokyo.
Yeah, it's something like that.
I don't know about you, but Uncle Nearest got me feeling some type of way.
I told you, man.
Uncle Nearest is about it, bro.
We about to go ahead and pour up this filtered Nearest right now.
It's definitely darker.
I'm gonna let you pour your own poison, and we gonna see if it tastes any different. But yeah, man, I thought it was a cool game. I like the art of it, because I'm still into the graffiti art. I love seeing it. But
we're pouring
it just the overall play of the game, just felt kind of just like sluggish a little bit. The camera thing, like you said, but again, we talking about a game that's 23 years old.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
like I said, it's a very arcadey game.
Yeah.
It's very much like you drop into a stage, they give you like 10 minutes to do everything.
Yeah.
And you just got to try it. Does it taste any different?
It does.
Yeah, it do.
It tastes. It definitely
tastes smoother.
It definitely tastes smoother.
Wow.
Like it's not as harsh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. I wouldn't have expected a filter
that
to
made
do
a
that.
difference, didn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the Brita nearest.
It has a similar taste. Like the taste itself hasn't really changed, I wouldn't say. But
It don't punch you quite as hard.
It doesn't punch as hard,
The
but
first
it's definitely
one hit you in the
smooth.
mouth.
Yeah.
But
It's definitely a lot smoother.
yeah. Oh shit.
You're gonna have a whole second Brita filter sitting in your fridge just for
Dude,
the.
I'm about to stock up. Wow.
I didn't expect it
The
to change that
VIP
much.
Brita filter in the back.
Wow.
Like I was expecting, like, oh,
Nah, you could put it in the freezer too.
oh yeah.
Yeah, the freezer Brita is about to bust.
Oh, that's extra smooth.
When you said it, I was like, oh, maybe it changes a little bit, and we'll have to like try to figure out what. No, it's just smooth.
Oh man, that's dangerous.
That's a dangerous. I mean, that's 50% right there. That is a.
Man, you put some Coke with this?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's night time.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. Oh, I love you.
Whoa! A little shout out to the Brita
Oh.
and nearest.
No,
Shout out to whoever said that on TikTok.
Fucking
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah, somebody was fucking around one day and was like, "Hey, let me put that through there." That's gotta make it. Let's see what.
Now
that
I'm kind of
does.
curious if that's just whiskey that does that, or like what else you can put through it.
Now we just gonna have a
We're just gonna have the next like 7 episodes of the podcast being like rum, tequila.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real good, man. That's real good. All right, man. So now that we got Jet Set Jet Grind Radio out the way, where you gonna put it at on the list?
So I think I would definitely play it above Cathedral.
Okay.
The question is, would I rather play it over Black or not? Because Jet Set Radio is a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's just me, but when it comes to an arcadey game like this, it feels like it's missing something to me. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of like an arcadey game works in the arcade because you put your quarters in and you sit there for 3-4 minutes and you play the game, and that works. When it comes to like a console game, though, it just feels like it's missing something to me when it comes to these arcadey style stuff.
Right.
Because you're just in and out of levels, and they try to put a story, but I don't know. I think where it sits is where I want it. Just Sphinx, Black, Jet Set Radio, Cathedral.
Okay. I think I'm gonna keep it right where mine is. I got Black, Sphinx, Cathedral, and Jet Set.
Okay.
I'd rather play Cathedral over Jet Set.
Okay. Cathedral is just getting me angry at one point. So.
Well, yeah, that's the list right there.
So the next game we're going to be doing is Katamari Damacy, the first one of the series. And I know you just said you haven't played this at all.
Yeah, I never even heard of it until you just said it.
We'll both be playing it on the PS2 this time. It's a fun game to me. It's another very arcadey style game. The premise of it is God got really drunk one night and he ended up destroying the world and all the stars in the sky. And your goal is you play this little guy. You play not Jesus, but he's God's son in this, the God of this game's son. And you get this ball, and you have to go around and you roll the ball on Earth, picking stuff up to the ball. And you've got to get you got to build this ball up to a specific size. You give it back to God, and he makes it a star in the sky. And it starts out like you're just like an ant size, and you're rolling up crumbs and thumbtacks and stuff.
Oh no!
But by the time you get further in the game, you're just mowing down whole cities, buildings, and stuff. People are on the ground just running around.
All right, cool. So what was this?
Katamari Damacy.
Katamari Damacy. That's the next game that we playing. This is PlayStation 2. All right. We also got a bonus game that
We're just gonna talk about that. We just got to talk about this.
We all got we have to talk about this game. Last week we did our game crawl. Game crawl is basically what we do. We hit every video game store that we know about in the city, and we pretty much just try to find games for the low. We also was out promoting the YouTube and the podcast, and we was pretty well perceived. I was
surprised with how well we were taking. It's when we picked up these Columbia Craft.
Yeah, Columbia Craft, man. But also, the game that I found while we was doing our crawl is this It's called Perky Little Things.
Perky little things.
They are perky.
This is
It's an adults only game.
yes, I would say do not let your kids play this game. This is
Why not?
We'll get
I mean, if you want to grow them up. But it's a funny little game, you know, like it's on the Switch. It got the cartridge, and it also came with this book.
which we cannot open.
Yeah, I cannot show you this book.
There might be
channel
one
would be-
safe page in there.
The YouTube channel would be shut down immediately.
Yeah, we can't show you this book, but
But we
it's-
can look at it.
Oh, we do. I mean,
What you seeing?
it's Santa Claus drinking a barrel of beer with a straw, and he's basically got his fingers up two of his L's. I can't even say the part, but
Christmas came early.
yeah, I definitely can't. And then on the next page, you got this guy. It's like he's in the field with sheep, and he got this girl bent over a rock. And then you got like these gremlins J-O-ing into it. Oh no.
So the premise of this game, I'll try to explain it in as not awful terms as possible, is it's kind of one of those find the object games, like an I Spy book or something from like when I was a kid. That's what it was. But you're given just this like whole picture.
Oh no.
And within this picture, there's a bunch of awful things happening, and you've got to look around it and find items. And once you find these items, you have to give the items back to different spots in the picture, and it changes what's going on.
Oh no.
So you're like scrolling around, and you pick up, let's say, just an example, a dildo.
I definitely didn't see any of those when I played.
And you go to look around and go, oh, hey, she looks like she could use one of those.
That might help her day a little
and
bit.
you give her the dildo, and then it changes the picture, you know?
It definitely.
Now her clothes are suddenly gone. I don't know how that happened.
This is it's a very interesting game.
Interesting is exactly what I'd call
Oh
it.
no.
I don't know if I'd call it
Oh
quality.
no.
What are you
Oh,
looking
no.
at? What are you looking at?
All right, you know how a pirate may have a hook for a hand.
Oh, no.
I do.
It's not a hook. It's definitely not a hook. So he's flogging. Oh my God. This is great.
Oh, yeah, this is the first time you've looked through the book.
Oh, this book is terrible. I played it for a solid 4 hours, man. And like I had to just turn it off because I was just laughing so hard at this game. And you can't play it on your TV. It's you have to play it on the
My
handheld.
favorite fact is like it has to be handheld mode.
Yeah,
it has to be in
Get that on the
handheld.
family TV. Get that out of here.
Oh no, you definitely can't put this on the family TV. But this book has pretty much a lot of pictures in it, and yeah.
Yeah, when we were talking to the person that sold it to us, they talked about it like it was some kind of puzzle game, which it is. It's kind of a puzzle game.
Yeah, it's definitely a puzzle game.
I think my favorite detail is like we're not going to say exactly where we got it at, but the owner said that they had a used copy that was purchased and promptly returned in 7 days.
We should explain that when you buy this game, it comes with the booklet that LSD is currently reading. That it comes with that. And the person who owns the shop that we bought it at told us that somebody came back after buying it within a few days, returned the game, but not the booklet.
They definitely kept the book.
They needed the book.
And the book has all of the pictures that come up in the game.
This book is full of smut.
It is a nasty book.
Yeah, it's a guy in a chef hat. Just basically,
Is he cooking?
Gordon Ramsay.
He's working that wooden spoon.
he's cream pieing, and she just on the next page. She just sitting on the ground with just cream just coming out of her. Wow, this is
Can I see that book?
Can I borrow that for a few days?
no. Here, so we ran a little long, so we ain't gonna get into our
No,
topic.
we'll get into it.
We gonna get into it.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
All right.
We gotta stop it. We'll get into it because he's also got a game or two to go. So
Okay. So
We'll just have a long episode. That's
we
all.
got perky little things out the way.
Yeah, so we'll get into the topic of the actual episode, which is like tie-in games, like some kind of franchise. Doesn't necessarily have to be movie. It can be outside of that, or not, you know. But tie-in games, movie tie-in games, comic book tie-in games, just anything like that.
Yeah.
And I got 3, but I don't know if we have time for all 3. But
I didn't do my homework, so I really only got one on the brain.
all right, well, if you want to start, we'll go with you first, and then I'll try to speed through mine.
All right.
And I think Bunz has at least one.
At least 2.
At least 2? Okay, all right, so we'll...
I really could do 2, but I'm going to do 1. Michael Jackson Moonwalker.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Before we get into this, Michael Jackson Moonwalker, slurring my words right now. We got some more from Columbia Craft, that alien hat.
Yeah, I was interested in this one.
Yeah.
Columbia Craft alien hat. Watermelon flavored kettle sour ale.
Yeah, let's go ahead and taste this, see how it is.
Wow, that tastes like watermelon. I did not.
Yeah, that's definitely that like artificial watermelon taste.
Yeah.
That candy, I should say.
It's definitely sour.
Oh my goodness, camera is too hot. It's powering off.
Holy shit. Michael Jackson's Moonwalker.
Yes.
So, for y'all who don't know, Michael Jackson actually had a video game that came out on Sega. I think it came out for the Sega Genesis and the Master System. And it was called Moonwalker. If you didn't know, Moonwalker was a movie. So, the game basically revolves around the video Smooth Criminal. It was a kind of a fighting game, not like necessarily like you fighting like other people, you know, like you can fight Michael Jackson against other people. It's like you walking and you beating up like criminals. Like it was so funny because he had the white suit on and the hat, so he just walking through there and he would take his hat off, he'd throw the movie, throw his hat at you and shit.
Oh, he was smooth.
Yeah.
He was a smooth
And then-
criminal.
Yeah, right. So then he do this thing. He had like a power move. You hop up on the piano and shit, and then everybody started dancing. It was such a funny ass game. But I remember I didn't have it per se, but my cousin, he had it, and I remember he said, "Man, that game sucked." But I really liked it though. I thought it was a fun game, you know. But I was also probably like 8 years old, so.
Yeah.
But I thought it was fun. But yeah, that's my my game right there. Michael Jackson Moonwalker.
All right. I guess I'll go ahead and get into mine.
Oh, you brought him.
Yeah, because I own games. First one I'm going to get into
Oh wow.
is South Park.
I heard
the,
that game was terrible.
For the
It is.
N64.
For the N64. When we were doing our game crawl, I know you picked up a South Park game. That's what this one is.
Yeah, you told me don't play it. It's widely regarded as the worst game.
Yes, I told you it's
is.
an awful game. This is a first-person shooter
I want to play it.
where you play as one of the 4 main characters: Eric, Cartman, Stan. I guess I don't.
Kenny.
Yeah, I was going to go by all their last names, but I don't know them all. So Eric, Stan, Kenny, and
Kyle.
That's right. Yeah, you play as one of them, and I guess the story of it is Chef kind of somehow figures out that the world is about to end. There's a meteor crashing into the planet or something, and one of the 4 boys, all go out to try to figure out what's going on. And you play as like Eric first, and you start off by fighting the evil turkeys from the TV show. I don't know.
Gobbles!
If you remember that. Yeah. And that's exactly the noise they make. You're just walking down the streets in South Park, and all of a sudden you just hear. And all you have armed with is snowballs. And you're just sitting there fucking throwing snowballs at these turkeys that are just coming at you. I did a little bit of research, and I thought it was kind of interesting. They actually tried to make a South Park game for the Game Boy Color, but Matt and Trey, the makers of South Park, decided not to do it because the Game Boy Color was such like a kiddie console. They didn't want to put a South Park game on it. But they kept the cartridges of that game, like the in development versions of that game, and in 2018 that got put out online as a ROM, and now I kind of want to play it. I'm curious what a Game Boy Color version of the South Park is.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's only a few of them.
Is
out
it easy
there,
to find?
The ROM, I have no clue. I just found that out at lunch today when I was sitting in Cracker Barrel by myself looking up stuff about this game.
Motherfucker, you went to Cracker Barrel?
I had a $25 gift card, and that's enough to feed one person. Country fried chicken with green beans, mashed potatoes, and mac and cheese.
Damn, I'm hungry now.
Right.
Like, real talk, I just want some food.
Hey, man, it's Uncle Nearest, man.
Uncle Nearest got me. Whoo!
Right. Columbia Craft, man. Shout out watermelon beer.
It tastes like
It's
watermelon.
it's
It's
interesting,
really
yeah.
close to watermelon.
It tastes like a candy watermelon.
They really do.
My first one,
Yeah.
Tyler knows this one.
I know what it is.
For some reason, Robots for the PS2 is
Robots.
infamous.
I ain't hip.
You know the TV show, the movie Robots?
Rodney and Big Weld.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That was a game?
Yeah, they made a game of it.
I don't remember that.
It was from the PS2 and a couple of consoles, I think. But
Really? Oh, shit.
it's a fun game. I think it has good concepts. I think it was probably one of my first introductions to like platformers, and it just happened to be a what do you call them, a tie-in game?
Yeah, movie tie-in.
I think it just happens to be a tie-in, and I really enjoyed it.
I know you've talked about it a lot, and that's kind of why, because I know you and I have discussed trying to get people on the podcast.
Yeah.
And my first thought was to bring Bunz in because he's willing to deal with our technical bullshit, things that go wrong. For example, already in this episode, I don't know if I've cut it out well or not, we've had his microphone die and the camera he was using also die.
And a dog screaming for
And
bloody
dog
murder.
screaming in the background.
My dog wanting
Yeah.
to come say hi to everybody.
Yep, exactly. So I knew he'd be willing to deal with our technical bullshit.
Right.
So we could try to work things out and figure out what works while he's here.
Yeah. We trying to get some more guests in here to make it more interesting and kind of support people's stores and they passion for the games too. And we know Bunz over here, he got a passion for games as well. So he could be our guinea pig before we get like really important people in here.
But when you and I talked and said we're gonna do movie tie-in games, I was like, that's the perfect episode to bring Bunz on because
Right.
I know all he fucking talks about is robots.
Is Robots on the PS2. I love the game. What can I say?
I'm going to have to find this game. Like,
You can borrow I have 2 copies, by the way, but
Are they here or are they in Denver?
one might be in Denver, one might be under your garage or under your house.
Oh, you bought a second copy? when you were in
Yeah,
Denver?
I did want a second copy because I was just.
yeah, I'm about to check that out, man. I don't think I had that.
It's got puzzles and it's just a platformer, and I really.
I do like puzzles though. I like more games with
Yeah,
puzzles.
we know you bought Perky Little Thing.
Yeah, Perky Little Things is quite the puzzle. I really thought not about the puzzles, but it did make me think.
A lot of thinking happened.
A lot of thinking happened.
Yeah.
I really bought that game because I know it's gonna be worth a lot of fucking money.
Maybe.
That
Yeah, it's
book is going to be
possible,
worth a lot of money.
Yeah, the game, the book, just like Bubble
That bubble game we talked about.
the Bubble Game
Yeah.
Babes. Like
Yeah.
you just try to find it right now on NES.
Yeah.
It's like over $1,000. That's without the cover. I mean, that's just game only.
Yeah, just the game only.
Just the game only.
That's crazy.
Nah.
You know, if they
I need a
had a
copy.
second copy of Perky Little Things with like the book and everything, I probably would
Not the used copy?
Not the. I'm not gonna take the used copy
Not
of
the
the porn.
used
I
copy.
think
No.
you should.
You can't open it.
I think the story makes it more valuable.
But,
No, that surprisingly that does not make it valuable.
Yeah,
I
no,
can't go
it
on
ruins
eBay
value.
in 10 years and be like, I still
some
want $1,000
dude-
for
yeah.
this game because some dude jacked off to the fucking booklet and didn't give
well,
it
they
back.
didn't say that, but
it's implied.
you didn't return the book for real.
All I'm saying is the pages probably stick together.
I'm thinking
What
I'm going to
pages?
buy a second copy though,
Yeah.
just unopened.
Unopened, just to have. That's a
unopened,
smart
just
idea.
yeah, I think I'm gonna buy a second copy because I know something like that in 10, 20 years is going to be super valuable.
Well, if you come across it
It's
by
super
2
valuable
copies,
now,
and I'll
I
pay you
beg
for
to
the
say.
second one.
I got you.
Yeah. So I guess I'll go ahead and get onto my next one here. This one's a little weird. A little bit of a roundabout thing. This is Ratchet and Clank 2016, or the Ratchet Clank PS4.
That was a movie or a game?
It started out as a game. The tagline, it's literally on the back of the case here, is the game based on the movie based on the game. So in 2016, they released the Ratchet and Clank movie.
I don't think I've seen that.
It's not good. Don't watch it.
Did you force me to watch it?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think I did. Here's the pamphlet. If you they put the pamphlet for the movie in with the game.
Sure
They couldn't put a fucking like instruction manual or anything, but they put a pamphlet.
Advertise the movie.
They could advertise it. Yeah. So this game is based off the movie.
Hold on, man.
And the movie's based off of the first game in the Ratchet and Clank series.
John Goodman and Sylvester Stallone.
It has a couple of names in it. Like it has a couple good names in it.
Nah, I gotta watch it.
It's a 4 out of 5 or 4 out of 10 movie.
Man, I could stomach that.
Definitely changes the ratings. 4 out of 5. 4 out of
4 out of 5.
Those are very big differences.
Very different. Yes. I mean, the game itself is good. It's Ratchet and Clank. I love Ratchet and Clank. You both know I own every single.
Is
Ratchet
it?
and Clank.
It doesn't
does.
play just like a regular Ratchet and Clank. How much like a Ratchet and Clank is it? More like the movie?
This
Like, is it?
this plays exactly like a normal Ratchet and Clank game. It's it's like half of a remake of the first Ratchet and Clank game, but the story in this is entirely the movie.
Did they make the game around the movie then? Like it's
Yes.
like so they just took the movie story and they made it play like the original Ratchet and Clanks and just kind of like made more. Of it.
The movie is kind of like the origin story of Ratchet and Clank. So
So this
by
is a
that,
prequel technically.
no, this is just the first game.
Ah, okay.
So it's like the meeting of Ratchet and Clank when they got together and the start of their adventure. So it's kind of based around
I want to
the
watch the
first
movie
game.
now.
We can watch it. I'm down to watch
we'll
the
watch
movie.
it. We'll watch it.
I liked the movie, but it's because I'm a Ratchet and Clank fan, and I
go.
saw every little detail, every little.
I mean, there's a lot of
reference.
lore in there probably as
You're gonna
well.
have to think of like 14-year-old you watching this movie.
Oh, I would have loved it then.
Because I'm saying like, there's movies that I loved when I was a kid that just don't hold up right now.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
Dude, don't even get me started on that. That's a long road.
The game's really good though. It's like they took the old PS2 Ratchet and Clank game
Right.
levels, made them on the PS4, and when that game came out, that was one of the first moments where I was like, on the PS4 at least, I looked at that game and I was like, this looks exactly like a Disney movie.
Really?
Graphics are never gonna get better than this. Anyway, but that's my second one. Did you have another one?
I'll go.
Buns, did you? What's
Yeah,
your
I
second
did.
one?
I did.
Yeah.
Tyler, you watched me play most of this one, and that's gonna be Ratatouille.
Ratatouille.
For the PS2.
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. Yeah, if you don't remember, that's that Disney movie with the little rat and then
That,
the
like-
chef that looks like me, where he's like yanking on his hair.
Yeah,
to
he's
cook
inside
stuff.
the hat, like controlling him like a robot.
Yeah, it's another one of those ones just like Robots where it's a platformer that they kind of made around the movie and like the different parts of it, and it's intriguingly good. Like for some reason, the only tie-in games that I have really good experience with or have had are PS2 tie-ins from like that era. I don't know why, maybe just because they all followed a similar style, but I just feel like they did them right, and they're enjoyable on their game factor alone, not tying in the movie.
The PS2 era in general, that was when like the height of the movie tie-in games were coming out. That was when everybody wanted to, the movie released and the game released beside it. So kids go to the movie and then they go to the game store and they go, oh, I know what that game is. Or I know
certainly
that
works.
franchise. Yeah,
I mean,
100%
that's how I got them. I
Yeah.
loved Robots and I loved Ratatouille when I was a kid, and so I got mom and dad to buy
Ratatouille
it.
is a very good movie. I do enjoy it.
And that's kind of what you were saying. Like, it's weird that only both games came from the PS2 era.
Yeah.
That's why, is because that was like
Well,
the
what
biggest
happened
era
to
of
it?
it.
Like, why don't they?
People just stopped buying them. They became more of like a push out. Like,
Go as fast as possible.
Yeah, get
to
it
make
out. Here, you have 1 year to make this game.
Yeah.
And like that worked in the PS1 or the SNES, PS1, PS2 era. But once games started taking longer and longer and longer to make, it was like, we can't make this in a year.
Yeah.
So it just, it kind of faded out because of that. There's still small stuff. Like, you get the superhero games every once in a while, but
Right.
it's not the same.
And there are also there's not as many platformers anymore. I feel like a lot of
Platformers
IPs.
are dead, and that makes me sad.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the movie IPs go for like a more gimmicky game now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I agree.
I love that robots and Ratatouille is a full-fledged platformer with mini missions and mini levels and mini side quests, and so like it's a full-fledged game, which I love. And I feel like most modern tie-ins are like just a play on the original IP.
The thing that I've seen the most recently is movie tie-in games kind of come with or mobile games. Like you can find a movie tie-in of anything on your phone.
Yeah.
But those aren't good games. Like you get the occasional good phone game, but
they seem more like a gimmick than a game. Like they took a phone concept and just kind of like made it movie themed.
Yeah, exactly.
It just doesn't seem like you don't feel like you're playing the IP. You feel like they just took another game and kind of themed it with like.
Exactly.
You
got your.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
This is older, so I don't know if y'all even played it, but Aladdin.
Yep. I got that on the Super Nintendo. I got the cartridge sitting over there.
I might play it later tonight.
Oh man, Aladdin.
That's fantastic.
Man, it's so good.
I'm gonna think of
Like I think I might have been 12 or something, 13 years old. But I remember that Aladdin game. I rented it from Blockbuster. When Blockbuster used to rent games. Man, I probably rented that game 50 times. Every time we went to Blockbuster, let me get that Aladdin.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that game was so fucking fun.
I completely forgot about Blockbuster.
Oh, dude.
That's such
Aladdin was so fun. And then I had another one. And this game sucked. Shaq Fu.
Shaq Fu.
Oh my God.
They made a new one.
Oh my God. The biggest turd ever.
They made a new one a couple years ago.
No.
It's on the Switch.
No. No.
It's a super turd.
It's a fighting
It's a
street fighting game.
Like Shaq had a movie. It was called Shaq Fu.
Yeah.
Where
Like,
he was
Shaquille O'Neal
yeah, Shaquille O'Neal, the basketball player.
had a movie.
Yes.
Well, was it a movie?
Let me explain to you. Shaquille O'Neal had a rap career. He had movies.
And now he's a dubstep DJ now, right?
Yes, now he does.
Now he's DJ Diesel.
Yeah, DJ Diesel.
Yeah, and he's hard. Like,
He's actually not bad.
He's
as a
hard. Like he was just in Florida. He's hard.
DJ. Yeah,
I've not heard any of his stuff.
he's actually a
He's
really
like
good DJ.
2013 Skrillex level dubstep drums and bass DJ.
Shit, I'll have to listen to that.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
that.
actually,
I like
really
that.
nice. Yeah, but his movies weren't great. They were terrible. The games were terrible. His rap career, his last album was solid. The ones before that,
Didn't Kobe get him into the rap game? Like,
No.
No. I'm sorry. That may be the most ignorant thing I've said this week.
No.
I feel like Kobe did like a tape with somebody. didn't
he had a rap career.
Okay, he
It
did.
was terrible. Stick to playing basketball, Kobe. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
But no, if you really want to listen to Shaq, listen to his last album. You Can't Stop the Rain. Solid.
Okay.
Like people slept on that.
I'm curious. I'm definitely gonna leave it.
It is dope. Like everybody you could think of is on that. From Biggie Smalls,
Yo.
Jay-Z,
Oh, so we got
Prodigy.
features.
Oh, dope.
I mean, he's Shaq.
Dope.
That's true.
I mean, he's Shaq.
Dude, that album is so, man, like I'm telling you.
So basically, he brought the big hitters on, and that made the album good.
After this podcast, we put You
We'll
Can't
give it a
Stop the
listen.
Rain on
Okay.
what's the name? Like Biggie just passed away, and he came out with You Can't Stop the Rain. Oh man, he was driving the two-door Benz with the Superman emblem on the grill. Cold, man. Like that was his best album.
Okay.
But Shaq Fu. Turd.
When did that
Yeah.
come out?
That was Super Nintendo?
Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
So this is like early 90s.
Oh, okay.
It was so bad. Like, it's so bad. Y'all got any more? Or?
I've got another one.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So this one is an interesting one. This is Jay and Silent Bob Mall Brawl. This was a game that came out in 2020. It is an 8-bit, fully working NES game.
Yo.
Holy shit, that is.
And it plays fully on NES. It's like a not a Street Fighter, like a Double Dragon,
Okay.
Streets of Rage kind of thing.
Rage, yeah.
It's a 2-player game where you play Jay and Silent Bob. and it's a fully working NES game. Like it's just
fantastic movie.
It's like I love Jay and Silent Bob, and it comes with like you can see like comes with an instruction booklet with the 8-bit characters.
Oh
and stuff.
no, he
like,
got the trench coat on.
Yeah.
The mic fell.
Yeah, man. He got a hair grab, uppercut, high kick, shoulder throw, somersault kick.
Yeah, it's just straight up an old like an NES game. The whole thing, it works entirely on the NES. You can play the whole thing 2-player.
I definitely want to play this.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot at some point.
I really want to normalize new startup game studios or older game studios producing games for older consoles.
Oh, I'd love that to happen more often. It happens sometimes. Like this specifically is a limited run game, like the people limited run, and like it even comes with a little sleeve that says limited run on it and everything. I thought it was so cool. I bought 2 of them actually. I gave one to my dad because he loves Jay and Silent Bob.
Does he have any?
No, he doesn't. He got, I forget. The game came in 3 different colors. Oh,
nope, you fucked up.
3 different colors, like variants.
Yeah, you could have 3 variants of it. I bought this one because it's just the standard NES style.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, it's the rarest version of them because no one wanted the NES style.
The regular one.
You could get a dark green for Silent Bob or a yellow for Jay.
Oh wow!
And it's the cartridge color, but like the regular gray NES one's the standard, the rarest. Yeah, no, I thought it was so cool when this came out.
That is.
I was like, it's Jay and Silent Bob. And
how much was it? Just out of curiosity.
I don't remember. This was 2020.
Yeah, a whole 3 years ago.
Yeah, it was the midst of a pandemic.
Yeah.
It was probably like, I know now you can buy this game on like the Switch, the PS4, PS5, and stuff at like
digitally.
Digitally for like $30. But if you
but nothing beats the original NES cartridge.
Yeah. But yeah, Jay and Silent Bob Mall Brawl. There was a second game they came out with called Jay and Silent Bob Chronic Blunt Punch.
Yeah. Cheers to that.
Which is the same. Yeah, there you go.
Almost spit my beer
Bun's
out.
actually getting faded.
The first one.
The first one on the podcast to actually get faded.
Yeah, he's actually over here ripping. What is that you ripping on?
Straw Nana, I think. I think it's Straw Nana.
I don't know what.
I've had it for a minute.
Yeah, he's actually ripping. We drinking. He doing a little extra.
I'm doing extra credit.
But they came out with a game called Chronic Blunt Punch, which was also on the Switch, PS4, and all that. And that was a more like fully hand drawn, like actual cartoon. Like,
okay.
Same kind of game, like the Double Dragon and stuff, but like, you know, a modern looking game. And then they did that as a side game. But I thought that was so cool, just like a modern NES release.
I think I'm just glad, but it ties into the original thing. What you got?
No.
Off the podcast?
It's so stupid, man. Our mutual friends, they're so fucking dumb because they texting me while we doing this podcast. Mm-hmm. And I said, yeah, I'm fucked up right now. And he gonna respond, and the text said, Eggs is gonna take my panties off.
That was M, wasn't it? It's definitely M.
Yeah, both of them.
Oh.
Both. Well, no, M said it. And then B just laughed. So
say Egg says come over.
Oh man, oh, it's fucking funny. I should look at my phone while we do this. That was funny right there. Leave that. But shit, man, we ran long today.
Yeah, this is definitely gonna be a long episode.
Yeah, so please watch, subscribe, support us. You know, we trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, man. So every little bit help counts, you know.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure. Lovely to talk to you, gentlemen.
So we'll definitely have you back on at some point further down the line.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Once you're living in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, once I'm homeless and we can Skype in.
Yeah. Go ahead and Skype in, man, and we can have you on as a featured guest, man. We glad to have you, man. And shout out again to Columbia Craft, man. Y'all make some good beer. You know, we love to support local businesses, man. And anything that we digging, we gonna support you, man. Shout out to No More Fronts again. We appreciate you, man. Keep doing y'all good work. Rest in peace, Pretty Tony. We ain't gonna pour out no liquor, but we gonna take a shot.
That's expensive. Not no Uncle Nearest. That's expensive stuff,
man. We gonna drink. We take a shot to Uncle Tony. We take a shout out to Pretty Tony. I'm fucked up.
R.I.P. Tony.
I'm LSD.
And I'm Eggs.
Bunz.
Peace.
See ya.